Hello and welcome to the video. This is a slightly different video. As you can see, you're not just looking at my hands, you can see the whole thing. The reason for this video is that I have just passed the 100,000 subscriber mark on the channel and wanted to make a quick video just to say thank you to everybody. Patreons of the channel have been having to look at my ugly mug for quite a few months as I've been practicing doing pieces to camera, because the idea was never that I was going to do bits to camera, and I always joked that it would be 100,000 subscribers before I ever did that, and as we've just passed it, I've got to make the video. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to do a couple of things while I'm making the video. First of all was say a big thank you to everybody, and then to answer a lot of the common questions that I get when I'm at shows or I bump into people at events. First of all, let me say a massive thank you to everybody that's taken the time to subscribe. I find it overwhelming that 100,000 people think the content that I do is worthwhile hitting the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you that have done the likes and left comments and interacted with the spirit of the channel. I always have fun when I go onto YouTube, and I try and answer as many of the questions as I can. Do remember that all the stuff's in playlists. If you Google whatever you're looking for and add Painless 360, it's getting to the point now where I've probably done a video on it. If you find some content that you're looking for that I haven't done a video on yet and you want me to, then please leave a comment down below and I'll add it into the schedule. And also need to give a massive thank you to everybody that's taken the extra step and become a Patreon. A huge thank you to those guys. You know who you are, and those have been helping me immensely, just kind of cover the costs of all the things I need to get in to make the videos that everybody wants to see. And finally, a massive thank you to the vendors and suppliers who have spent time and effort answering my dumb questions when I'm trying to figure something out to create a video series. So people like Fat Shark, Immersion IC, Phinoceros, Hobby King, Kiss, Seriously Pro, the guys at Eagle Tree. There is literally dozens of outfits out there, and it's amazing that one, they actually have a rough idea who I am, but also they put so much time and effort into helping me answer the questions that I'm struggling with, so that when I create the videos and the content, it not only has all the things in there to help you get to the other end of your build or get the other end of setting up that piece of technology and it works okay, but it also includes all of those things like the top tips and tricks and the top pitfalls that people tend to get into. So now we've got the thank yous out of the way, let me do some of the questions that I commonly get. Now the ones that I get most is, why do we never see your face? And there's a really good reason for that. Two good reasons actually. The first one is, as far as I was concerned, the channel was never about me, about being an internet YouTuber. It was about the technology. And the channel initially started because I was answering the same questions over and over again in the forums, and I found that I'd spend 20 minutes kind of writing and explaining the answer, and then somebody else would jump in immediately after and go, oh no, that's wrong, that's not the way you do it. And there was that happening, and then I was finding that I'd be answering the same question 6 or 7 times in the forums as they came up again. And that's the big challenge with forums. It's hard to find the little nugget of information you need in those huge lots of posts. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll create a video, I'll actually show it and show you how you do it, and then that way I can just link to the video, and for those people who learn more by watching somebody explain it visually, that'll help them too. And that was how the channel started out, and that's kind of how it's remained. The other reason is a little bit more wacky. I was a director in a couple of businesses. I've also spent a lot of time in with customers and other people negotiating deals and large commercial contracts, and I could never be in a situation where I walked into a customer meeting or a partner meeting and the other person on the other side of the table go, oh, I've seen you on YouTube, mate. You Painless 360? So that was the other reason as well. Now that's less of a reason now, but it was something that I was conscious of when I started, because it was very much, I was doing the videos less and less back then. It was just more to answer specific things I found in the forums. I did always joke that I would do stuff to camera when people said this, when I got 100k subscribers. So here I am. The content of the channel isn't going to change. I'm still going to keep the content and the style that you as subscribers have got behind. I may start doing a little more pieces to camera, and you'll see me on camera now. We're over the 100k, a little bit more, so it won't just be my hands. occasionally by my face as well. So apologies in advance for having to look at this. Second question I get a lot is, do you do this for a living? And the answer is no, I don't. Radio control and anything that flies is very much a hobby, and I don't want it to become a job. I know there are other YouTubers out there who have turned it into a job, and for me, I have a question mark over their ability to be impartial when they're looking at technology, when they're putting their name on other bits as well. So for me, I'm always going to try and do this as a hobby, and do it with the support of the Patreons and the little bit of money that comes in from things like the ad revenue from Google to kind of cover the costs of the technology that I use. I love radio control. I'm an electronics engineer by background, and the fact that we can put all these little bits and pieces together these days and then go out and actually fly it just floats my boat so much. So I love the hobby, and I'm all about trying to help other people get into the hobby as well, who maybe haven't had the benefit of 30 years worth of electronics engineering experience. Funny little story. When I first started out, and it still happens occasionally these days, I always try and make the videos that I do for newer pilots or people who are relatively new in the hobby. I try and avoid a lot of jargon, and apologies, I do occasionally lapse into it. There is a lot of 3 and 4 letter acronyms in the hobby, and it can be really confusing. And I do try and stay away from that, especially if it's a for beginners video playlist. But the way that I test whether or not I'm completely going down the rat hole is I get my wife to watch the video. And she has nothing to do with radio control. She's a primary school teacher, and then if she can get to the end of it and say, I understood 60-70% of that, I know I've got the balance about right. Next question I get a lot is, how do you get into radio control? As I've already said, I qualified originally as an electronics design engineer and then went into IT. And I got into radio control probably about 13-14 years ago. That was at the end of the crystal age. For those of you that are old enough, it's where you used to put the crystals in the back of the radio, snap them into the top of the receiver as well. The hobby's come on an awful lot in the last 13 years. But it was a little bit complicated, a little bit difficult. A lot of the stuff that was around then wasn't particularly robust unless you spent an awful lot of money. So I struggled with it until eventually I got in about 2004, 2005, got into radio controlled helicopters, and that was with things like Align 450s and then Align 500s and those kind of things. And then, for those of you that have watched the channel, you'll know I bought my first full-size quad from Chris Armatan, and I never looked back. The quadcopters didn't try and destroy themselves every 5 minutes like the helicopters did. If you had a little crash, you didn't have to spend a whole evening rebuilding all the intricacies of a helicopter head. You just usually replaced a prop and away you went. And that, along with fixed wing, has remained my passion. I love flying pretty much anything, line of sight, FPV. If you can throw it in the air and it stays up there, then I'm all over it. Another common question, where did the name come from? If I'd have known that we would have ended up here with 100,000 subscribers and it would be a thing, I'd have chosen a much better name. But the original reason that Painless 360 came about was back in the day, I guess still today, I really like first-person shooter games, FPS. And on Xbox, I was setting up my Xbox Live ID, going back again 12, 13 years, and I was struggling to find a name that wasn't taken. So I was trying all of the names, and because I was an FPS guy, I was, it all had to do with either Magnum or gun terminology, and everything was taken. So I probably tried 60 or 70 different names and was starting to lose the will to live. And in the end, I was going to end up with Wile E. Coyote 72-2-A37 or something. And in desperation, I was then starting to think of iconic guns. And one of the iconic guns that I'm a fan of is the gun that a guy called Jesse Ventura carries in the film Predator starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that is a minigun, completely impractical, and it was completely rigged up for the movie. You couldn't actually use it like that. Anyway, the name of that gun is Painless. So I tried painless, and painless was taken. So I tried painless 24/7. I tried loads of different versions. Eventually I tried painless 360, as in 360 degrees, and it was available, so I hit go. And then when I created the YouTube channel, I used the same name, and then painless 360 became a thing. Now, there was an opportunity several years ago to change the name, and I was thinking about that, but what's happened now is if I look at the search terms in YouTube for how people are finding the content, number 1 or number 2 is now painless 360. So rather than people search for Betafly or Pixhawk or whatever, they're searching for painless 360, so I couldn't change it now if I wanted to. But that's where the name came from. It's actually the name of Jesse Ventura's minigun in the Predator movies. Next common question is, what happens to all the models that you look at? You will notice that I'm sat in the garden here, there's no quadcopters around me, but if I take the video, and I will do in the study where I tend to shoot these videos, you'll notice that the back wall isn't full of quadcopters. And there's a very good reason for that, is that I give an awful lot of the models away. I only try and keep about a dozen quadcopters and probably about 7 or 8 planes. You can only fly one thing at once, and the boot in the car is only so big to take things to the field, so I would rather these models were going out into the community and getting flown by other people. An awful lot of them goes to the Patreon community. There are giveaways on there every month, and that usually includes at least 1 or 2 quads, radio kit, all that kind of stuff, as well as giveaways on this channel as well. Quadcopters are relatively easy to send in the post. Planes are a lot more tricky. When you put them together, then you're not really going to get them in a little box to send out. So unfortunately planes tend to be given away to people who live physically close to me. So most of my friends have had at least one plane, but if you're a mate of mine and you're looking for a plane, then I can usually sort you out. Quadcopters tend to go all over the world, similarly with things like radios. In fact, while we're on the subject of giveaways, to celebrate the 100,000 subscriber mark, I am going to do a giveaway this time, and this time it's going to be these things here. These are the Fat Shark Attitude goggles that I reviewed a while ago. I'm simply not getting to use them at all. I'm using the HDOs pretty much exclusively now, and they're fab goggles. So these goggles that I've used about 3 times after I did the review need to find a new home. So if you're interested, pop a comment down below and I'll do the draw in a couple of weeks, and I'll give it a good couple of weeks just to make sure that everyone can find the video and all of you 100,000 subscribers can have a chance at winning those. So to win them, just pop a comment down below and I'll use the random comment picker like I normally do. So what now? Well, more of the same really. More pieces to camera, not loads and loads. I'm not interested in being a YouTube celebrity, but now you know what I look like. The cat's out the bag. Those of you that are Patreons have known for ages. Those of you that have bumped into me at events and very kindly come over and shook my hand and thanked me for helping you out on something, you all know what I look like already. But now the internet does as well. So if you see me at an event, come and say hello. But from now on, in terms of the channel, it's going to be very much the same. This technology for me has always been the star, as I said at the beginning of the video, and I don't think that's going to change, but I'm not going to be as reticent about showing my face as I maybe used to be. Do let me know if there's anything that you want to get videos on. The video series that I'm doing at the moment, we have the big quad with a Pixhawk that we're doing. It's a big Hex and S9000 frame, I think it is. It's got a gimbal underneath and all that jazz. The endurance quadcopter build that I've been doing as well. There's going to be a mini Drac build, and we're probably going to put iNav or maybe a mini Vector in that. Not sure yet as I'm filming this video. So do stay tuned and let me know what you're interested in. And thank you again to everybody that's taken the time to become a subscriber of the channel. And again, if you're interested in going in the draw for those goggles, pop a comment down below and I'll see you soon in another video. Happy flying! If you found that video useful or like the content, then please hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you want to go the extra step, you can become a Patreon of the Painless 360 channel and help provide support for what I do here All the videos created here are put into playlists, so if you're interested in a particular topic, have a look at the playlist, and they all are organised in there to make them easier to use. If you're not sure if there's a video for your particular problem or topic you want to know more about, then add Painless 360 to the Google search term that you're interested in, and that should find the video, article or content about the particular thing that you're interested in having a look at.